Hey everyone, we're going to do a quick one for you here today. It's going to be a crappie jig. This is going to be my ghost shiner pattern. In the vise we have a 1/16 ounce walleye head, also known as a peanut head. Um, the collar's cut off, and it's got a size 4 eagle claw, black platinum, Lil Nasty sickle style hook. And we're going to start with some 210 denier flat wax nylon in white. Normally I would use a 140 for this, but I don't have any right now in white, so bear with me. We're going to get our base started, and we're going to go right down to the tip of the hook here. Right to the hook point. Let me cut our excess off. I'm going to work it back up. Now, the first thing we're going to do is it's going to be a little bit of a different tail here. It's just the tips of some strung hackle, and what I do with it is you want, of course it's hard to tell, but you want that concave side facing towards the back of the jig. And we're going to use 4 of these. And the way I do this, you want it about anywhere from 3/4 of an inch or so behind the hook. And what I like to do is I don't put it directly on the back of the hook. I put it a little bit off to the side. Make 2 wraps, and it doesn't matter if it comes out because you're going to wrap it back anyway. I cut these to be the length to go from the head back. It helps durability, number 1, and number 2, it makes it easier to get the feathers oriented the right way. Now I'm going to take 2 black tips, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it on the top, and I'm going to have it just a little bit off to the side instead of directly on the top of the jig. It's hard to do these little ones here, and so you see exactly where I'm going with it, but I'm trying. That's close. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them together, and I'm going to wrap back. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want them oriented in a way that you get a nice tail out of this. It's a different tail, a little bit different action than your standard tip and V. So once I get that tied in, the next step is, this is Gray Ghost Pearl Flash. I'm tying that in that it extends just a little bit beyond the feather. Once I get it where I want it, I could cinch it down a little bit. I should have cut the strand in half, but I was in a hurry. So I'm going to fold that back. And I don't use a lot of flash with this. 2 strands on each side. That's plenty. And we're good with that. Make a couple more wraps to make sure we're all buttoned down. Plus, we're going to build a little bit of hook shank up because we're just about done with this. The last thing is some chenille. This is a gray shad, new age chenille. I don't know if they make this color anymore, or if they changed the name of it, but silver black works just as good. So does any type of, I guess there's one called white bait fish, but any type of chenille that color, you can even use just plain pearl cactus chenille works with this pattern. I've done it, I've used it when I tied this before. So we're going to tie that in, and we're just going to start wrapping our chenille up. And of course I'm going to start overlapping it as I get towards the head to give it that tapered body. And I'm going to wrap this right up to the head before I tie it off, since I'm not putting any kind of collar or anything on it. I'll trim it off. I'm also not going to use any head cement because we don't need to with 210 with this jig. 4, 5, 6. It's going to be plenty secure. And then we'll do 4. Wow, for some reason I'm going to have to bend that. It's 2, 3, 4. For some reason the thread is slipping off of that. And that's it. I told you it was going to be quick. And let me show you what we got here. I get the hemostats out to make it easier for you to see. But that's it. That's a real easy one to tie. You see how the feather splits out a little bit. They're almost in line, but not quite. And you get that action in the water. You'll get a nice little flutter out of that tail. I think it looks better sometimes. Depends on what you want to go for. This has a little bit more action, and it's a little different. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.